Welcome to Detailing with Mark. Today we're going to talk about how you jumpstart or charge the battery on a BMW. If you're familiar with BMWs, you know that for many decades, in fact, BMWs have always kept their batteries in the trunk. So let's take a look at how you actually access the battery. So inside the car, and again, this is my 3 Series 335i, also known as the F30 model to BMW enthusiasts. It's a 2014, so pretty modern, but what I'm about to show you applies to BMWs that go back, I think, since, I don't know, early 2000s or the 90s. Anyway, you can find the battery to the right here. So as you navigate inside the trunk, you'll see this little compartment over here. It's got a door. You twist the lock, pull it open, and voila, there's the battery. So BMW do this for a variety of reasons, weight distribution and many other things I'm sure the smart BMW engineers have thought of, but this is the way they do it. So the fact that they do this, it's not a big deal, except when you need to replace the battery. It's a major pain in the butt to get the thing out of here because batteries are heavy. But I think the bigger question people have is, you know, what if the battery dies and I need to jumpstart, or what if I want to put on a trickle charger? What if I want to just take a multimeter and take the voltage on it? How do I do that? Do I do it from here? The answer is no. So aside from removing the battery, you don't really want to access the battery from this panel. So BMW, in its infinite wisdom, put accessibility posts underneath the hood as well, which is pretty cool. So we're going to check those out next. But again, unless you're removing the battery, kind of stay out of here and don't try to take a reading off the battery here. Don't try to jumpstart it. Don't try to put it on a trickle charger back here. I've done it, and I won't get into some of the dangers I encountered, but I just wouldn't recommend it. So that's why BMW put posts under the hood. So with that, let's go into the hood and check out what I'm talking about. All right, so let's pop the hood and see what we've got. So it's pretty straightforward here. So here's the engine bay, and these posts are to the left, so very accessible. You've got obviously the positive terminal here. Just open this little door and there it is. And then you've got the black or negative terminal here. So very accessible. These are used just like any battery post on any normal car where the battery is actually residing here. You can jumpstart the battery from these. You can charge it from these. You can use a multimeter and take a reading if you want to check the voltage level and the charge. You do all that right here. So very easy. It's like any other car, really. As I said, the only time you want to dig into the trunk is when you're actually replacing the battery and pulling it out and putting a new one in. Otherwise, these are the posts to use. So my car, in fact, the reason I'm doing this is my car's been sitting because of COVID. I don't really drive to the office anymore. The battery keeps discharging. I'm going to put it on a trickle charger. So let's take a multimeter read, see where it's at, and then I'm guessing we're going to have to put it on a trickle charger. So let's get to it. Okay, I've got my trusty multimeter here. We will set it to battery test mode. We will put the red node on the red terminal, black to black, and we can see that we've got about 11.98 volts. So that is low. You want it to be 12.6. It will still crank the car, no problem. The problem is, as the battery is consistently below 12.6, it will drastically shorten the battery's life, which is not a good thing. So I'm going to put it on a trickle charger for a while. Usually it takes a day or two to get it back to 12.6. This battery is old and has been sitting for a long time, so it may never get there. I may need to replace the battery, but I'm going to keep it on a trickle charger just to extend the life and keep it charged up for when I need to start the car. So let's throw the trickle charger on there. So here's the trickle charger cables, just like jumper cables. Red goes to red, black goes to the negative terminal or the black terminal. Don't plug this into a power outlet until you've got these on the battery. Okay, I've plugged the trickle charger into a power source, so it's charging now. And if we go back with our multimeter, we will see, hopefully, a difference in the voltage. Let's take a peek. So again, red to red, black to black. So as you can see, with the trickle charger hooked up, the voltage is already increased, which is awesome. I'm going to leave this on overnight. Check it maybe 24 hours from now and see where the battery is at. But the battery may never recover. It's old and it's been sitting for periods off and on for a couple years. So this battery may just be on its way out. But as I said, even at the 12 mark, the car will start just fine. It's just reducing the life of the battery. So I want to keep this charged so that when I need to use the car, it fires right up. So there you have it. If you own a BMW, this is how you take a multimeter read of the battery. This is how you put it on a charger. This is how you jump start it. Everything is done under here. There's no need to ever go into the trunk unless, of course, you're replacing the battery. Then, of course, you've got to pull it out and put a new one in through the trunk. But otherwise, you want to always work right here. Way easier, way more accessible, way safer. So now you know. This is not only valid for F30 series BMWs, but all models dating back decades, I believe, have a similar setup under the hood here with these accessible posts. So I hope that was helpful. If so, I would appreciate a like on the video. Comments are even better. And of course, subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my future videos. So with that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.